What's up, everyone? Project Itachi here, reminding you to check out our Patreon page, which is full of bonus content, exclusive merch, promo codes, and access to our premium podcast, GZ After Dark. Sign up for any tier and be part of the action. Check it out at patreon.com/the GZ Chop Shop. Also, be sure to leave us a review wherever you listen to our podcast. And now, to the show. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of the GZ Chop Shop. And we are pretty much just going to pick up right where we left off last week. So if you guys
fuck Nintendo,
listen to last week's episode,
so I was looking at his face.
I was just going to keep it going. I knew it was coming because he said he only had one line.
That's my only line, man. Fuck Nintendo. This is bullshit. How are you going to give a Splatoon 3 Skyward Sword remake, but nothing Metroid? Nothing Metroid at all. What the fuck do you mean?
Maybe they're saving it. I mean, what system comes out with like 6 or 7 games for the year? Come on.
How the fuck do we get 3 Splatoon games before we get another Metroid game?
How long has it been since Splatoon 2?
Maybe like 3 years.
It came out with a Switch.
Yeah, maybe like 3.
Yeah, I know what it is. I never played it. I just know what it is. Looks fun. I just never played it.
It's extremely
also,
popular.
Can we talk about the bullshit of Skyward Sword? Can we talk about the bullshit of Skyward Sword? How like for $60 you could get the game, and for another $60 you get these special Joy-Cons. When they did it for the Wii, when they released it for the Wii, it was the game and a special controller for $60.
Yeah.
Now they're charging you $120 for everything.
Gotta make the money.
Yep. And and this is where I say, I always say it, I say we became our worst enemy, and this is kind of like a shame on them, but also shame on us as the gaming consumers for basically accepting this. Because if anything, we have proven that being outspoken can make changes. Anyone who's like, oh, if we say anything, it doesn't matter, I call bullshit, because look at the Sonic movie. Fans went in an uproar about it. They were like, hell no. You're not doing this to Sonic. You need to fix this. And guess what they did? They took it back and they fixed it. They gave the people what they wanted, and the people, because all they said was like, all right, we're going to fix this. Now you better support it. And the people did support it. And then look at that. It's one of the, literally right now, I think the best video game movie like ever, because the people spoke up.
That's a double-edged sword though, because the same people can throw fits about other games and ruin them.
And then
can we throw like a director's cut of Sonic where they had the ugly Sonic in it? I would love to see that.
I remember seeing that.
Pull a Deadpool thing where they like meet, just see how that works.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Just you got to have it rated R, because I want Sonic to go, who the fuck are you? Gotta have it rated R.
No, hey, if it's PG-13, you're allowed one non-sexual fuck.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So there you go. We need that edit, or a fan cut of it. Because fans are very good at making edit cuts of movies. So like a fan cut of that would definitely be hilarious for sure.
Oh my god, that'd be funny as hell.
But yeah, catching everyone up to speed for those who might not have listened to last week's episode. First of all, shame on you. It was a good episode. Nintendo Direct had their first Nintendo event via internet. First Nintendo Direct they had since 2019. Basically COVID shut everything down, and now as
they went out with the whimper.
Yeah, they kind of went off into the corner of solitude. A lot of things got pushed back for them, so now they basically were coming back. And as we were all hoping last week, because we recorded the show before the Nintendo Direct and we had our little predictions and our hopes, we were hoping they were going to come back strong. They really didn't. They came back, which I think in a business standpoint was a smart move. They didn't come out guns blazing and swinging and you know, advertising everything they know their hardcore fans were looking for, which was updates on Breath of the Wild 2, anything about Metroid, anything. But we didn't get that.
How big is the Splatoon 3 fan base?
The Splatoon fan base is actually pretty big. Surprisingly, because there's adults like it and kids like it, and pretty much since Nintendo, if we're being honest, Nintendo overall does cater to the younger fan base. The sales of Splatoon have been ridiculous, and Splatoon Online goes pretty hard between your average gamer and your younger gamers. So I can understand them wanting to continue to cash in on that IP.
I can't win. I just want to win. Oh, there we go.
What is going on with your green screen, dude?
I quit.
Your green screen is like, it's got a mind of its own, dude. You need to.
He misses one show, and then it's just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can we welcome back Warnina? Warnina is back, everybody.
Warnina,
how you
welcome
feeling?
back.
How you feeling?
By the ice changed me forever.
Glad you could join us this week.
Glad the surgery went well.
But what did everyone think of the Nintendo Direct? Like your personal opinions before Yuli and I probably tear it apart, because we definitely could.
Let's be honest. Carrot just saw it today, so
Yes, I did.
What is your opinion?
I mean, some of the games to me were just kind of like, why? Because it's not my style. But I do think that there were some things that were really cool, like the Mario Party with the Animal Crossing. I thought that was really cute. I don't have a Switch, so it doesn't really pertain to me, but I thought that was cute. The Skyward Sword, even though Yuli thinks it's ridiculous, I think it looks good.
Redundant. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I hated the controls for it. It's like you can slash your sword by swinging your Joy-Con.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
the controls.
You guys tried that with the Wii, and we know how that works.
The controls were weird, but it did look good.
Weren't people like breaking their TVs and shit?
I mean, can we just say
that
the running gag of walking in, and especially if like, say you're the in Kara's case, like how would you feel if you walked in from work and you just come in at the weirdest angle and you just see Logan in front of the TV swinging his Joy-Con sword and you have no idea what's going on? Like that's never gonna change. So sometimes I'm like, Nintendo, I don't think you thought this through very well.
No.
You did not think this through very well.
No. Mm-mm.
But Warners, what did you think?
Most of the games to me just seemed I don't know, disappointing, boring. The only thing that caught my eye, honestly, was the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and even that was like, the current Super Smash Brothers is so popular. Would anyone?
Big titties?
Yeah, I was like, are these graphics like necessary for Super Smash Brothers? Like, some
they really updated the jiggle physics.
Oh, the jiggle physics.
I'm like, all right, who are you catering to here, kids or Yuli?
Yuli.
Yeah, me.
Okay, so I have a theory on why they decided to add jiggle physics, and just to be fair, they so that's what I'm gonna call it, for because it's Nintendo, right? You got to find the family-friendly term for it in a not so family-friendly thing. So I think they added the jiggle physics because they did add a little bit of fan service, if you think about it, for the ladies with shirtless Sephiroth. Like, why? Why is that an alternate costume? Why does his other costume need to be shirtless?
Why not?
Why did it?
Why not?
We had like 7 color palettes. You can't tell me.
Give us
that
shirtless Link. Give us shirtless Solid Snake. Fuck it, cater to everyone.
No.
I don't like the unrealistic graphic cartoon men expectations in some of these games now.
We talked about that. A lot of women don't like the fact that these anime women have big titties and nice asses, and a lot of guys don't like the fact that they have six packs. And I'm here like, if you want that, work for it. Work for it.
I mean,
do something.
Let's be completely fair here, though. Those anime characters didn't work for it. They just had an artist that drew it on them. I mean, when you're in your 30s and you're in decent shape,
are you telling me Goku didn't work for that 8-pack?
I can do sit-ups
He's
and
not even human.
get a 6-pack. Like you can't throw that on a woman.
Doesn't matter.
He's not even human. He doesn't count. Look at
Beerus said 1 billion sit-ups and you can fight this person. Guess what he did? 1 billion sit-ups.
You know what? I'll say, okay, your best chance, do the Saitama workout, and if you survive, send to the Twitter the results of your Saitama workout, because he's the only human. What is it? He does it's like 500 push-ups or 100.
No, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day.
Single day.
Whoa.
You send
my
us.
ass hurts thinking about that.
You send us the results of that, and then
my ass hurts right now just sitting in this chair.
Have you seen Saitama in his like fucking Speedo? Not an ounce of fat on that man.
I mean, he also lost all of his hair. So if you're already on the verge,
His hair, so.
like yours truly, of balding, then the Saitama workout
hair.
might not cost you anything.
Why don't you do the Saitama workout, Itachi?
Because I'm not suicidal.
I'm still
I don't
stuck
wanna
on the fact
die.
that that's
Yeah, you
a
are.
thing.
The Saitama workout? People have tried it.
Exercise.
Oh, exercise.
Exercise.
She just summed it up. She's like, no, exercise.
Like,
That's the most Florida shit you could say.
I'll tell you this: the past 6 months is the first time since I was probably like 16 or 17 that I have not worked out at all.
All right, hold up. Wait, yeah, shit.
Uh-huh.
So Nintendo.
So Nintendo. So basically, we've just summarized that Nintendo leads to people hating exercise. Got it.
What? Fuck off. Nintendo, get your shit together. Give us fucking emulators of Metroid games. The fact that I have emulators of the first Super Mario game, but I don't have an emulator for Metroid Fusion, which can easily work on the fucking Switch. Any old Metroid game can. You're not gonna give it to us?
I do agree.
What's your problem?
Yeah, they could have, if they're doing remakes, they could easily have done a remake of Metroid Prime. Easily. Heck,
Easily.
if I, and honestly, this is just my personal opinion, but if they were going to remake a Zelda again, they could have done, I think they should have did what they did with the Mario series. If they made it a bundle of their classic games, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then maybe Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess, and they remastered those with the effort, and then it's like, hey, for one bundle, and you can't say it's not possible because BioWare is doing it with Mass Effect, and those games are far bigger than any
aren't they
Zelda
also
game.
doing that with the, what is it, the Ninja?
The Ninja Gaidens, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like 3 of them, right?
Yeah, it's 3 of them in one bundle.
Capcom is releasing a lot of games all over again from the past, which I'm not mad about, but at the same time, y'all could have been working on another Street Fighter that isn't pay to win.
I think they're having a hard time doing that. They're probably struggling because
Not pay to win, but like a money milking machine.
It was a money-
to the point where
Yeah.
you look like a scumbag.
yeah. Well, I mean, technically, you could look at it as pay to win too, because those who are veterans at it, if a character that they wanted was locked that they are used to winning with, they had to pay to get said character to win the fights with said character.
I blame arcades. Hear me out. I blame arcades.
Oh, we're taking it.
They were the first. They were the first pay to play.
You're not wrong. Damn.
You're not wrong.
Holy shit. Mind blown. Holy crap. But
Throwing it out there.
We need arcades back.
The
But I
things you
think
don't
we-
think about.
I know, right? But I have been saying that though. I do think arcades, like, and I'm not just talking like Dave and Buster's, and even Dave and Buster's is like kind of changed for the end, depending
I
on
wouldn't
where
even
it
consider
is.
them an arcade.
Yeah, they've gone so far off the track of what they used to be. But I think legitimate arcades were better, personally. But that they were ahead of their time. Like they came out before people were really into video games, when people just thought of it as a waste of time. I hate to say it. I think the era
No, that thought still goes on today.
true, and the reason that they would fail probably today is because people, one, COVID, but two, people be like, why go to an arcade when I can just sit at home and do the exact same thing for quote unquote free?
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot on TikTok about these anime cafes coming up.
That's what I was
Like,
saying.
being
Yeah,
built and being open. I like that idea. Like, you want to come in, you get these like Japanese candies. Over here you get your like anime manga fix. Over here you got your anime figurines and whatever.
I am going to
fix.
call it right
And
now,
you
but
have
those are slowly
TV.
going to turn into like cosplay, like sexual cosplay waitresses or something.
I don't give a fuck. Do it.
I hate to say it. I do agree with Warner's only because American
Do it.
the the American culture as a whole doesn't really understand how like maid cafes and stuff really work. They only know what they hear, and it's like as soon as you say maid cafe to someone who's probably never been into anime or Japanese culture whatsoever, I can tell you right now, there's probably 2 different ideas they have. The one, they're thinking like a legitimate maid, and they're like, so there's a maid in the cafe, and then you've got the other side that'll be thinking like the darker side internet, like, oh, a maid in a cafe, and it'd be like what Warner said. But I think if it was like found out, they would have to change
go to the Java room.
Yeah, exactly. But they would have to find like a healthy balance to make something like that work. I think it would have to be.
And even
altered.
then, honestly, even if they can find a healthy balance for like a maid cafe, is it really going to be a healthy balance?
No,
I think Hooters is a healthy balance.
I agree with Kara.
Hooters, I think Hooters is because nobody
How
likes.
does this have to do with Hooters?
Well, no, he does have a point though. Think about it. Hooters is categorized as a family
the
restaurant.
American version of that,
and it technically, it would be the I won't say it's the same thing, but the concept, once Americanized, would lead to that.
Is it weird that I feel uncomfortable in a Hooters?
No, because I do too.
No.
Actually, I do too.
What's the other one? There's another one. I don't know the name of it, but I think it's also popular, but I've never been to it.
We also have a thing called Pink Panther cafes.
That sounds like a strip bar.
Technically it's a fucking coffee shop with girls in lingerie.
There was like an Irish.
I just want to be left alone with my coffee.
Isn't that Vietnamese culture though about like cafes like that? Am I thinking of a different group?
I honestly
no, it's Vietnamese.
I can't
Vietnamese,
I can't say that.
They wear clear high heels and they walk around in their underwear. I think it's Vietnamese cafes.
16 and a half minutes in and we're off Nintendo and on to I don't even know what we're on.
You know what? Here's the main point of Nintendo if you want to get to it. Nintendo, go fuck yourself. You fucked up. You done fucked. You gave us shit and we're going to give you shit.
They fell short, but I just think they didn't simply release, maybe like Itachi said, they didn't come out guns blazing. Mm-hmm. And as the year goes on, they'll probably start previewing more games that we want to see.
Hopefully, but you done fucked up with Mario Golf is the only good game that you came out with.
Now, I will say
I just never wanted to play a golf game. That sounds worse than just playing golf.
Okay, I'll never play a golf game for one, but I will say, as a personal JRPG/strategy fan, their current Project Triangle strategy.
1 in 4 people.
Look, I liked it. Okay, I liked the strategy. I loved the art. I feel the voice. I hope they work on the voiceover a little bit, but if it's fully voiced, I'm for it because I've been aching for a Final Fantasy Tactics like game since like Advance 2, and I was still in like high school. So that tells you something. It's been too long.
What about South Park?
You know what deserves a remake? Legend of the Dragoon on the PS1. Why is that not getting a remake? That game was freaking amazing.
I'm pretty sure the company fell out and no one has the rights.
Yeah, if there's a fallout and there's no rights and they don't see a potential profit behind it, they're not going to.
There's a big enough cult fan base.
True, but if they're not vocal,
I think it would sell well.
If they're not vocal, it's just going to fall on deaf ears. So that's usually where it comes down to, because you got to convince those people that their voice matters, and then most of them are going to go, no, it doesn't. And then it just falls to the wayside. And then we let the bigger companies keep doing what they're doing and season passing and DLC and loot boxing us to death. But I will say, from a possible business perspective, I do think Nintendo intentionally went about their Nintendo Direct like this on purpose, because controversy will probably drive up sales. Everybody loves controversy, especially right now with everyone kind of stuck behind a screen.
Well, it's controversial. They didn't do shit.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's what people are going to fuss about, because now it's drawing attention, because now people are going to fuss about the shit they didn't do. So the bar is already low. Nintendo's known to play the long game. So
have you noticed we talked about the Nintendo Direct for the past like 20 minutes and we only mentioned 2 games?
Yeah.
Out of like the 17 they announced. Okay. Nobody cares. Look, you're right. It's gonna put Nintendo, the name Nintendo, into people's minds, and the name Skyward Sword and probably Splatoon 3 and Mario Golf. That is it.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna say any of the other names.
Yeah, except me for Project Triangle Strategy, because
Again, 1 in 4 people.
I like it. I'm sorry. I played it on stream. It was very fast. It was fascinating.
The Monster Hunter Rise one.
But everybody knew about Monster Hunter Rise, and it's a Capcom.
That's not an announcement.
That's not going to be Nintendo Switch
Exclusive.
Yeah. So I don't even know why they had that.
Wait, I thought it was a Switch exclusive.
Capcom and Nintendo have a No.
Oh.
No. It's a.
Well, shit.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out for the PlayStation too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's releasing the same
Capcom's
day
a
as
dirty
the
whore.
console.
Oh.
Oh no!
Well,
wait, no, a Monster Hunter themed Nintendo Switch will also release.
This console, yeah. Look, we know Capcom's a bit of a whore and doesn't want to do exclusives anymore.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. I think they usually had a good partnership with Nintendo though with the Monster Hunters.
Yeah, but then Monster Hunter Worlds came out. And
and then they made so much
way
money.
more money.
Okay, Sony and Nintendo are from Japan.
Okay.
Why would they not work together on some game?
Yo, hold up. 2 juggernaut companies coming from Japan after we dropped 2 Suns on them.
Oh man. Anywho,
you remember that video I made that I sent you guys in case I ever had to make an apology for my words?
Yeah.
Yuli, it's your turn.
It's yep.
Fuck that. I ain't gonna do no apology. It's facts. We dropped 2 Suns on you. Now you give us hentai.
All right.
Anywho.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Diablo.
Kara, thank you.
Yuli.
So, Diablo 2. Yeah. One of my all-time favorite RPG action games of the early 2000s is getting not really just like it's literally like a remake of it. Like, and
it's a legit remake, like Demon Souls.
Mm-hmm. So,
but also Diablo 4 got announced.
Yeah.
So we also got something else to be excited.
Is it a remake or is it just a remastering?
No, it's like a remake. It's a remake.
Like they're really doing it from ground up.
Why that one though? Like why pick that one and do a
Diablo
remake?
2 was the most popular.
It's still the
one,
most popular.
even after Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do a remake, why not just remake all of them and go for all of them? Not just like
no, because Diablo 3 is still playable.
Yeah. Diablo 3 still has a player base. It still gets support
and holds out.
Diablo 1 is more niche now and easily forgotten because of when it came out. Diablo 2 is still to this day their most popular in the Diablo trilogy and still one of the most favorited. So
well, no, now it's a quadrilogy or whatever you quadrilogy.
Sure.
Quad. There's 4 of them now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's gonna
Diablo 2 is the most popular out of the whole quadrilogy. Quaddle?
Well, until the 4th one comes out, until the 4th one comes out, we'll stick with trilogy before Yuli hurts himself. So,
well, what fucking word means 4 Jewish. Like trilogy?
I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to know.
I mean, the only thing I can think of would be like quadruple.
Saga. There, we'll just call it a saga. It's the most popular in the saga.
Yeah, Tachi's done.
Tachi.
It's just a saga. Shut up.
It's a saga.
Move on from the topic.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, good on them for actually remaking the actual game, because Blizzard hasn't done that in ever. They just add on to what's already made.
True.
Or they do a sequel.
They have a good algorithm to their games though, and that's why they're successful. We may not always agree with the way they do it, but they're successful for a reason.
I think the only game that they really know how to do properly is still World of Warcraft.
Well, I mean,
yeah, fuck Overwatch, right?
I'm not.
Look, all I'm gonna say about Overwatch 2 is I can't say shit until it comes out. It's probably gonna be another loot box fiasco.
Overwatch 2 is storyline based. The PvP part's going to be the same with extra maps, and it's going to work with Overwatch 1 PvP. So besides graphic changes, there's not much. It's storyline based. It's not really a sequel. It's really like just the storytelling.
It's really just you got little episodes of to fill in some story gaps.
Yeah.
Which they could why don't they do that? Why instead of making an Overwatch 2, here's DLC for Overwatch that adds to it. It upgrades the graphics and gives you story missions.
Well, do you want
Money.
DLCs or do you want sequels? Which one do we want here? We can't complain about DLCs and then say we want a DLC.
Well, when it comes to Overwatch, they're still going to implement. You can play the PvP from the first game to the second one. So what's the point of making the second one?
Okay.
Here, storytelling.
Here's what I'm gonna
Fuck
say.
the storytelling. Who gives a shit? Their fucking cartoon shorts were better at storytelling than the fucking game was.
Okay, so I'm gonna say here's the solution, right? And then I'll give for Warners, give him the second one for this
fucking anarchy
for the story, and then Yuli just give him his boobs. They'll be appeased. Now, my
Overwatch 2 will tease them. The graphics are updated.
Now, personally,
they fixed the boobs.
My God.
Personally,
I don't even think they fixed the boobs. Hold up, I'm trying to remember because I've seen character like the fucking concept art of the characters there, and I didn't really fix the boobs or anything.
see,
If I had a girlfriend and she walked in dressed as Mercy, I'd probably have a heart attack.
like a good heart attack, or I mean, I know
know.
heart attacks in general aren't good, but like the reason
Or
for the
yeah.
heart attack wasn't at least good.
It wouldn't be cholesterol based.
Okay. But no, I know it's like it's a double standard because it's like we're like, why make a second game? Why give us DLC? I do think if I'm being completely realistic and being fair, it depends on that specific game. Some games are too big already to just keep adding to it, where they, if they're trying to make that same world.
World of Warcraft.
I was just thinking that they're the only ones getting it right. Expansion.
Yeah,
They stuck with it. Through all these decades, they've stuck with it.
and it works.
Why is there
There's
no
still-
World
people
of
still go
Warcraft
with
2?
And he has a point. They just added to the game and made it bigger.
Yeah.
But World of Warcraft's also not PvP based either.
Yeah, it's a portion.
That's not what it's.
But you can enjoy that without ever touching it. A lot of games today have that problem of separating the two. It's kind of like you don't get the full enjoyment unless you play PvP, which is something that
You want to get mad?
Call of Duty.
You want to play both at the same time, PvP and adventure? Play Hunt Showdown and tell me you don't get pissed off.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Have you guys played that game?
No, because it's forced.
You go up against 3 other players. Yeah, it's forced PvP with 3 other random players, or you can go in as teams of 3.
3 other teams.
While you're also trying to banish monsters, and you have to be the first one to banish it. Not let the other, people kill you first or take your shit. And whether they kill you or the monster kills you, you still lose all your shit. And you don't go up a level. How somebody gets to level 100 and then hits prestige is beyond me.
How many times How many times have you hit your desk playing that game?
Enough that I actually undownloaded it and put it it's gone.
It's gone.
It's not anymore.
And he
I
re-downloaded
removed it. It does not exist anymore.
I think my game that I rage quit was Destiny 2. I did the
I
thought it was
I
Minecraft.
rage quit Destiny 2. No, Minecraft is still installed because I knew I could come back to it. Destiny 2,
I lost my shit
Hey,
2.5. It was 2.5
Did you see your monument that I made you?
I'm gonna log in after the show real quick and see this.
I made it 3D.
Oh my gosh.
I made it a 3D monument.
Oh no.
I don't
It's
need
fantastic.
I don't need these problems. I don't need these problems. But no, to finish my original thought, I just wanted to say it depends on the game. Large scale games do need sequels because they're so huge and expansive. I'm not talking them, the ones that are solely like, for example, Destiny did not need Destiny 2. Destiny could have been a DLC, or if they wanted to be fancy, expansion. But no need to buy.
I think that's what they called them, though, expansions.
Well,
no, because you know how angry people were when they put 4 years of hard work into Destiny 1 just to play Destiny 2 and none of it mattered.
None of it mattered. And they already admit,
like, an expansion would have made more sense.
And it was already found out that they split the game in half just to up the sales. It was all one game and they split it in half. So that's an example of a game that could have just had $20 DLC easily. And I mean, they were going to milk it anyway, but whatever. But large games like Mass Effect,
fuck Activision.
Those need whole new titles because they're already huge as shit. But
what did Activision do to hurt you besides Call of Duty down updates that are like 20 gigabytes each every week?
Bruh, they're money dogs right now. They fucked everything up. They fucked a lot of games up. Can we remind everybody of Anthem when they did it with BioWare? Oh no, that was EA. So fuck EA too.
I was about to say, can you give me one developer?
Fuck EA too.
If we're being completely honest, can you give me one developer right now that hasn't tried to get over on the gamers in some way?
Pokemon.
Talking about Game Freak?
No.
Yeah.
Have you not played the DLCs for Pokemon on Switch?
It's not a big fuck you though. You don't need to play them. They just add extra shit. You can pay it if you want, but you still have a full fucking game.
I'm gonna shatter.
No, he's right. You don't have to like pay in the game.
I'm gonna shatter the childhood dream because now that we're older, Game Freak is one of the oldest culprits of it. Because think about it, when they made the two versions, that was a whole setup in and of itself to make twice the amount of money for the exact same game for them to only keep like 5
you're
Pokemon.
Stupid enough to buy multiple versions of it though.
To make 5 Pokemon unavailable on the game. If you count how many were unavailable on those copies back then, it was like at most 5 or 6. So you had to spend all this time trying to find someone else who had the other version of the game. It's the exact same game.
Cable to theirs if they'd let you.
And then what would they do a year later? The third version that was both games combined with an extra building thrown in for good measure. And then you would spend another $40 to get this third version.
That's still $40. We ain't paying no $60 now.
Yeah, so I mean, they were one of the original culprits of it. They were just family friendly.
Are games still going for $70?
Or what games going? The originals?
No, like PS5 and Xbox, whatever the fuck it is, games were supposed to go for $70 now.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
They are?
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Get the...
All right. I won't be playing any new games.
Now I was looking at quite a few like releases and stuff, and a lot of them are going for $70.
No, thank you.
Fuck off.
No, thank you.
Even though it's $10 more, your game is not worth $70 for a copy.
No, because it's not even complete. Let's be honest. No game release is complete. No game release is complete.
Access, and then you have to spend the same amount of money to get the full game.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered something. I got excited today because Days Gone is coming to the PC. Now, fuck whatever you have to say about Days Gone. That game was fun as fuck.
I have no problem with Days Gone. I like the videos of that I saw. Personally, I haven't gotten to play it, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. But can we take a quick second here and give a round of applause to Kara? Because while we're on the topic of games, you guys know what Kara's recently started playing? I'm so proud of her.
What did she?
Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I was playing it on stream on
Dragon Quest
this past weekend.
I'm so proud of her.
Yep.
Guys, there is hope for her yet. And she took it back to the OGs.
Hold up. Let's talk about the conversation we had before, like 2 hours before right now. Hey, did you guys watch the Nintendo Direct? Oh, I should probably go watch that right now. And I'm like, fucking Brendan Fraser here, not knowing shit. And she didn't get that reference. She's like, who's Brendan Fraser? I fucking left.
I don't know. I don't know their names. But I looked him up and I knew who he was. I just don't know their names.
I'm good with faces.
Exactly. Once I see the face, I'm like, okay, I know who that is. But I don't know their names.
That's making it hard, though.
You know what? Carrie, one of these days is going to be like, have you guys seen that movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with that famous actor, Leonardo da Vinci? Not to be confused with the famous artist Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm really funny. I was and we were all talking, and they were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wait.
I said Leonardo da Vinci.
I'm done.
Oh my Lord.
I just got up and went and got a drink, and I was like, all right.
So if everyone
that was their first time meeting me.
Wow. So if everyone ever wonders what Yuli wonders when he goes, why is Carrie here? Carrie's here as proof that no matter what you do in life, how old you are, you can adapt and learn this culture. She is on her journey right now. This is her journey, and you guys are
not
along
with that couch.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, when I see that pineapple, the only thing I can think of is that episode
Who lives in a pineapple
South
under
Park.
the sea?
Of South Park with Satan and
No.
Oh
or with,
no,
little Nicky.
Oh no.
little Nicky,
Oh why?
little
Sorry, I
Nicky
just-
and Hitler. Joe,
My
did
mind
you guys
wanders.
hear about yesterday?
Not
Was it
doing well.
yesterday or 2 days ago, where people were confusing Helen Keller and Hitler?
What?
I'm sorry, what? No, that's
Yeah.
not a thing. I don't believe you.
No,
You're
it was
going
a
down
thing.
a dark road.
No,
and I need you to stop.
no, I'm not lying. On Twitter, people were confusing Helen Keller and Hitler.
Are you
I don't
sure this
believe
is
you.
real?
Yes, it's real.
How?
I'm about to look
I
it
don't
up.
know
I'm
how.
a
I don't
stickler
know
for
why.
evidence.
Okay, somebody was extremely
People be
bored and was
stupid.
stirring a shit pot with that one.
That's a troll. You were reading
No,
from a troll.
No, it's not a troll. I am not reading from a troll.
That Kara, are you researching this?
People thought.
I'm looking it up.
Look it up.
I'm
Look
looking
it
it
up.
up.
Imagine
Just like
Helen
people could.
Keller
No,
led an
here's
army
another
to take over the
confusion.
world. That's
Here's another
impressive.
confusion. Funny thing, they confused Owen Wilson with Kurt Cobain.
Wow.
Wow.
See what I did there? Wow.
Someone said.
Wow.
Someone said happy birthday to Kurt Cobain with the picture of Owen Wilson, and that blew up.
You know, that's probably piggybacking off of all the times news anchors would get black actors confused. So they're probably
It's a picture of Kevin Hart.
How does that happen?
Black actor Denzel
Yeah.
Washington here in this great new movie.
wait. It was a
Adults
thing.
shared their concerns over Gen Z after my thing just
You-
turned off. After a teacher
Are
shared
you having a stroke?
my screen.
Do you
This
smell-
monitor
do you
is
smell
very
toast?
old. It's very old, so
Yo,
it shuts off on
let's
me.
be
Take an
honest.
aspirin.
It's
Your
fine.
your computer also read that article and was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Adults share their concerns over Gen Z after a teacher shared a viral TikTok video of students confusing Helen Keller for Adolf Hitler.
I've lost hope.
These were college students.
No.
too, I
Students
think.
I've
yell out
lost
answers
hope.
to his question regarding historical figures and facts throughout the video.
I've lost hope.
Oh,
That's
The,
it.
the teacher
Oh my
looks
God.
stunned when one child claims that Helen Keller is the Nazi guy.
F. Denied.
She goes on to
Fail.
explain that Keller was like a terrorist or something.
Sausage, please.
People are so fucking stupid. I thought I was dumb, but I didn't think that was stupid.
I don't.
According to
done.
some people on social media who have viewed it, it is when I've skipped something, but is when the students begin to claim that Keller was the blind and deaf person who was fake.
Who was?
She didn't exist, but everyone believes she was deaf and blind. What is wrong with people?
Wow.
Stupid.
What?
That is it.
I'm gonna
stupid.
tell you the problem. Okay.
Maybe they're deaf and blind.
I'm gonna tell you the problem. with a
No,
good
it gets
chunk-
worse.
Don't tell me it gets worse.
No, show us.
Later
What did
in
you
one of the
see?
videos, the students claimed D-Day was a rapper.
I'm done.
Um,
I'm done. I am declaring this right now. When I have kids,
oh my
they're not allowed to have any friends. I don't.
You don't
need
want to
this-
have kids,
I
man. Don't
need
do it.
this
I promise.
Stupid rubbing off on them. What? And I'm saying that is just
Oh
stupid.
my god.
What do they do? What do they do when they go home? Do parents not check homework anymore? Do they not take time and teach? If you're a parent and you're one of those that feels that the teachers are supposed to do the 100% teaching, and then when you have no inclusion in that, just please don't. Just no. Because I tell you right now,
Evidently, they also claimed Pearl Harbor was a bridge. I'm clicking off of that website. I'm done.
wow.
I'm good. I'm good.
What is the
know
average
what?
age range of these kids?
Oh my god. Let's see what Gen Z age is.
What is please?
What years?
You can't be telling me that this is the future. These cannot. No. Wow. I thought it was bad enough when I saw that episode of Ellen where she had an analog clock.
Ellen Keller?
Oh,
or
yes.
Ellen, and the
Yes.
girl couldn't read the time on it.
Yes. Or when they brought out the rotary
I
phone.
heard that. I heard that word, nurse.
So Gen Z is 1995 to 2015.
Nope. I'm goodbye.
Were you born in 1995?
Nope.
When were you?
Nope. Nope.
Millennials are 1980 to 1994.
I'm a millennial. I have no problem admitting
Nope.
I'm a millennial.
I am a millennial,
associate-
and you know what? I am proud to be a millennial because fuck you, Gen Z kids. Fuck you and your dumbasses.
I do
Sarah,
not.
how old are you?
I'm 25. I will be 26 this year.
I remember
You
when
were
I was
born
25.
I was
95.
born in 95. I do not
Ah, you're
associate.
the first Gen Z baby.
I will not associate. I do not associate
Just
with these people.
Hit the line. Oh man.
I do not. I quit.
I
That's
have
your
tears
people.
in my
That
I
is
do
your
eyes.
not.
generation.
Nope. I do not associate with them. That is not me. Nope.
You know
Mm-mm.
what?
Do not associate with
I
these
will-
fucking
Nope.
idiots.
You know what? I feel like we've been giving Kara a hard time, and Kara.
This explains so much why I pick on her.
You know, but but in Kara, I will say in Kara's defense, it's probably good that she's been oblivious to a lot of these things, because that means she didn't have her fellow Generation Zers rubbing whatever that crap she just read on the internet off on her. So
I think our generation just hates everybody.
you know what? You're right.
Everyone
Our
hates us,
generation,
everyone
everybody.
after us. We
our
just
gener-
hate everybody.
Our generation.
We're stuck in the middle. And we
Can I
fucking
be
hate
part of
everybody.
that generation because I hate everybody too?
We can. You know what? Because you're on the show, honorary.
Honorary. I'm
Nobody
grandfathered in.
Grandfathered in. We don't look.
Yuli, how old are you?
I'm 94. I barely made the
I'm-
cut.
He's at the line. He was just there. He like
I don't
he
believe
tripped,
that.
he tripped and fell.
There was a pause.
There was a pause.
Wait, why do you don't believe that?
There was a pause.
I was gonna say I'm 26, turning 27, but I'm like, that's stupid. I should just say I'm 94
Me and
because then you have to do the math.
32.
Yep. I was 89. That's
Leave me
just
alone.
rude.
I'm not old.
That's just rude. Okay.
Unfortunately, this is my prime.
We just gave you honorary pass, Kara.
Yo, hold up. I read a post on Twitter about it's called stupid tweets. Someone tweeted out, in this year, people born in the year 2000 will be 40 years. Let that sink in.
You know, that's got to be a troll. No one's that bad at math.
Dude, did you not just read? Did you not just hear what Kara
I was
said?
about to say.
Did you not just hear what Kara
I mean, if you
said?
heard all of the
Did
the what is it, the TikTok videos where it's like, if this person's 17 but you were born 12 years ago, how old would you be? And they're like 12. And it's like,
I'm not good with numbers. I love Christopher Walken. I'll be sad if he dies.
My favorite thing is like, if you're 8 and your sister's half your age, how old would she be in 30 years?
Oh, that's just like the joke with the, what is it? You're 4 years old, your sister's 2. Now you're 100 years old. How old's your sister? And one of my friends was like,
Is it
50.
like 50?
I don't think these are jokes.
Yeah.
These are like 5th grade math questions.
They're jokes now because people get they get it wrong. Like, I understand when you're
So
asked on the
I
spot,
hated those questions.
like, what was it?
'Cause I'm sitting there like, I don't care. I don't have a sister.
It just takes me back to like that show that the guy who
Rage
used to
quit.
ask like random trivia questions to people on the street, and they'd give the most
Oh.
ridiculous answers.
Hold up. You know what? I have to say, like, some kids today are hilarious because I have a video of a kid going, if Susie has $1.38, like $1.03, how much money does Susie have? And the kid goes, Susie broke. And I'm like, yeah, there you go. You're raised by a millennial.
it's about that. I can
Alright.
see Carson doing that.
Susie's broke.
100%.
Have you noticed,
I'm scared for
like,
the future.
millennials were like the sarcastic alcoholic assholes that we just like gave up. And we're like, we're fucked either way. It doesn't matter what we
Your
do.
room, right?
That's why
So,
I'm not
but-
Gen
That's what
Z.
giving up looks
Fine.
like.
But here's the thing: who do we blame for how Generation Z is turning out?
You guys.
That's what I'm afraid of.
We didn't raise Generation Z.
I have no Generation Z offspring, so
I have no kids.
No, it would be the boomers.
You know what?
But no, it would be because we're not that much.
A lot.
We're not
You know
that much
what?
older
It
than
has to
Generation
be
Z.
What's the generation right now? Like 10-year-olds and stuff.
Zoomers or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
Who comes up with these names?
Honestly,
Like
I don't know. It's just something sticks.
like they're supposed to make it sound like they're these cool generational names.
Sounds like you're trying to like put some types of like chromosomes together and make is it a boy or girl? Like X, Y, G. Like I'm like, which one is it? I'm like, well, it's playing girl now. Now it's neutral gender. Like, what are you trying to get out of me?
Yeah, like Kara said. Preach on it, War Nina. Preach on it.
Or Nina.
I'm tired of labels.
Yo, hold up. Who do we blame for everything going on right now?
What do you mean everything
The
going
way
on?
the
I was about to say that's
the way
a
the
lot.
government's
That's a
going.
lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Well,
People deserve the governments they get because they're the ones voting for it.
You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna say this.
or
and
not
I'm gonna
voting
end
because
this
that
whole
has
generation.
the same
Well,
I'm
side
gonna
of
say,
it.
yeah, I'm just gonna say this whole generational thing is millennials are the last good generation this world will ever have.
I stand by that.
Yeah, I'm with that. Just based on
Which
like
is
how
sad.
we
We got
are.
Gen Zers here.
I'll just
Fucking Hella
see
Keller and
myself
Hitler.
out.
That's just
Bye.
so fucked.
I do
No, you're
feel
honorary.
bad for. Yeah, you're honorary.
you guys are
You're
sitting here
honorary.
ragging on me. Come on.
No. We're
Fine.
ragging on your
All right,
your
On my kind.
your.
Jews.
We're all humans. It's just obviously some are less important.
Like Gen Z.
Yep.
I mean, what? But what is going on with these? And you know what? I don't blame teachers. Everyone immediately wants to blame the teachers and all that. But the teachers can only do so much. Teachers can't
Yep.
teach common sense. They can't be over your shoulder when you go home to make sure you open your book and read it. And I totally get that there's a lot of
You know what?
I feel really bad for teachers in today's society.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it. This one.
So
this one makes
underpaid,
sense
have
for
to
you.
buy their own supplies, taking shit from parents for not it's so ridiculous.
having
I'm
two
titling-
teachers as parents, I've grown up knowing I don't want to be a teacher. I don't know what I want to do career wise, but I know I don't
I
want to be a
didn't
teacher.
want to be a teacher. You know what?
Ooh.
I should just title this podcast
You can be a nurse.
WTF Gen Z.
No.
You got the casting couch ready. I mean,
Shut
you
the
could
fuck up.
start that.
I didn't even think about that.
He's been trying to inch that in there.
He's already said it once.
I feel
You
like
I've already
missed
said
it.
it like
He's
6
already,
times,
yeah,
dog.
he's
What
already
the fuck?
said it
oh
before.
my gosh. You
And I
leave
said the
Carol
It's
same
a
alone.
exact
running
thing
joke
to him.
now.
I told him to shut the fuck up.
Yo, guys, but before the podcast started, Kara was like, "Hey guys, I got a new couch." I'm like, "Did it have to be black and leather like the casting couch? The fuck do you mean?"
There's two of them. Also,
There's a camera back there too.
There's two couches.
There's a camera too.
I'm not in this. I'm not in this.
I mean, technically, all I would have to do is just like adjust my webcam, like just a little bit to the side.
don't feed into it.
Like, look how clear that webcam is.
Don't feed into it.
It ain't even a nice one. Like,
Webcam.
There's a nice one.
no.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, the GZ Chop Shop. We have connected the dots.
Son was offensive.
Nintendo needs to
I'm
cast
gonna
some
have to put out that apology video.
Oh, fuck your apology videos.
You've heard it here
It's so
first.
bullshit. Unless you didn't do anything, fuck off.
Apparently, Nintendo Direct leads to casting couch. We connect the dots.
Fucking Itachi here trying to like
Yep.
not be into it.
Yep.
You know he's
Mr.
watching
Lucky
after this.
7 here.
All right.
Ooh, man, I never thought I'd be so scarred on my own podcast. Do I even want
What
to
are
edit
these
this?
episodes anymore? Like,
What is
You
this
want a
even?
free mask?
What is this
Huh?
even? No, you get that alien out of here. We ain't got time for that. Don't need no face huggers up in here. Put that away. All right.
I like how we're making fun of everybody and we all just know we're all terrible humans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I am.
Just be honest.
I'm not a good person. Why do you cry?
we're just gonna leave it at that. We're like,
then it got quiet. I tried to be.
On that note,
Someone's remark. I'll make a remark. Same remark, different words. Silence.
You know, because part of me wanted to go like, "No, Werners, you're a great person," and then there was that other part was like, "Don't lie." You see the memes he makes and puts up, and it was like, "Are any of us really?" And I wasn't gonna say anything because I got no room to say anything. So
that COVID meme was funny with the different ages of
Palpatine,
Darth Sidious.
Yeah, but man, this episode just, wow. See, Nintendo, this is all your fault. If you had given us a decent direct,
we'd be able to have a good podcast episode.
Jiggle
Damn
physics.
Yeah, we could have been talking about the Metroid game that you didn't announce. We could have been talking about the Breath of the Wild game that you didn't talk about. This is all your fault, Nintendo. This is your fault. This is why Gen Z is all screwed up, because you didn't give a good Nintendo Direct. Now we got people confusing historical figures and thinking events are rappers. Look what you did, Nintendo.
Helen Keller, that Nazi terrorist?
I really actually enjoyed Kara's Kara looking up odd news and reading it, and I think that should be a thing.
Have it be a segment.
So professionally, and we were laughing, but like she had a straight face.
She did. Research person for us.
I got you guys. We'll start doing that.
She was our Jamie.
Oh,
she was our Jamie right there.
Yeah,
all right, we'll start doing that, guys. Have a little segment.
I think because Warner's like seeing my scarred face, because at least once every episode he says Itachi's done, and then usually I am. I'm like, you know what?
I cringe at Yuli maybe 2 or 3 times a podcast. I just like look up at his screen and I'm like, you have to stop.
Please stop.
If you guys didn't make it so easy, I wouldn't be like laughing my ass off this much.
Oh my gosh.
That's the fun of it, though.
What was the last thing we were supposed to talk about? There was one more thing we were supposed to talk about.
It was really Nintendo Direct, Blizzard being bullshit.
And
Twitch, BlizzCon.
Oh, Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah, the Metallica concert that they really fucked over.
Yeah, but
Could you imagine how upset they are?
So what exactly happened?
You know, so Metallica had a concert at BlizzCon, and so Twitch decided to save their ass, and instead of letting Metallica play their music, they played some like retro 8-bit music from their own playlist over their music.
So all you saw was them playing, but none of their music.
All you heard was just some stupid ass
Teletubby sounding music.
Looking at him like
over Metallica. Yeah. I mean, of all the things they could have picked,
you know. And here's the thing: you didn't let Metallica play their own fucking music.
Yep. I
feel
it was
like
kind
that
of
has to be like a loophole. Like they're playing it.
Yeah, their whole issue, and why people said it was ironic, was because Metallica years ago had this big issue with Napster, like before online music was kind of like, it was like on the rise. And Metallica, everyone knows Metallica goes back before online music was really a thing. So they were pretty much like, they're veterans in the field. So online music, I can understand for them being an uncomfortable thing. So they were like against it in the beginning, because probably they didn't fully understand what it could become. But obviously they're not against it now, because they were playing for BlizzCon like they normally do. So it wasn't anything that Twitch couldn't have known was coming, because this is what they do.
So Twitch is banning their own guests on their own streams
and playing Teletubby music. I'm gonna call it Teletubby music because that's what it sounded like.
But naked cosplay is still okay.
Naked cosplay is still okay. I'm telling you, it's where the money is. And it don't even get me
going. Not Metallica. Naked cosplay now.
Yeah, not Metallica. Naked cosplay. I don't.
Who do we blame for that?
Oh,
Twitch.
That's. You know what?
Twitch.
If we're even gonna dip a toe, if that's a whole Jeezy After Dark episode, because we could not get into that topic without just airing some shit out that. But I think we do need to have that as a conversation. But that's a dark Twitch rabbit hole. But yeah, basically Twitch is not. They pretty much penalize those that follow the rules and praise those that don't, as long as you make them massive amounts of money for basically over sexualization.
And until they have a true competition. You know,
I'm awaiting that day. I think people just don't want to. I think companies, the reason it's taking so long is because it's a huge burden to run a streaming server based something like that. It's a huge undertaking.
Do you think YouTube could get away with making a separate YouTube, kind of like they do for YouTube Kids, and having streaming separate from all the online videos?
Oh, I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
No, because the YouTube Kids was basically planned so parents have nothing to worry about, because YouTube Kids separates everything that's for kids
and
everything else.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It's supposed to.
But that's what it's meant to
remove YouTube Kids.
And I mean that whole...
It was not for kids.
You know what? YouTube Kids is a whole other controversy too, because weren't there some videos where pedophiles were getting their rocks off on some videos?
Oh my god!
And the comments.
There's
really
been some videos
up.
that Carson has watched, and I'm just like, I have to like run into his room because I'm like, okay, 5-year-old, what the fuck are you watching? And then realize that it's just a kid's show with like
really weird, creepy stuff on it,
sexual sounds, and I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
it's kind of like
the whole thing. What was it like, Momo?
It's almost like videos grooming a kid, and it's disgusting.
Well, have you ever thought that they subconsciously are probably doing that? Because we already all have established sex sells, and what could probably be happening is, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I'm just saying, like, you got to pay attention to what your kids are watching, because it could be subconscious grooming for that.
Yeah. Because
they're trying to keep that money flow going, because it's easy money. So they're doing it subtly. And it's already been proven that subliminal messaging has a longer lasting effect. I will give a good example. I don't care. I'll throw some information. I was watching a porn, right? And don't look at me like that. Like you haven't watched one before. Anyway, and in the video at intervals, there would flash an ad for penis enlargement at intervals. It would be like random.
I've seen your screen.
It would just flash at intervals, and the thing is, it would be so quick. It would be so quick. I was like, why?
They didn't see you in those gray sweatpants, did they?
But the thing is, my brain still was able to comprehend what that ad was and what it was saying, and I still remember it. I remember the details more than the video I was watching.
I was gonna say, it must not have been a very good one.
Yeah, so it was just flash at intervals. At intervals.
The link.
You need the link. I need proof.
Kara's done.
Oh, but I'm saying, subliminal messaging and subtle grooming is a thing, because they might not be a vocal message, but it could be like in actions that the people on screen take, how they're dressed, certain ways that they talk, making it seem like this is normal, when you and the kids grow up because feeling that this is normal because this is what they grew up watching, and then it just starts that whole new trend. Like heck, right now, the reason it's such a big thing on social media, over sexualization on social media, is so huge. One, because COVID, and two, because social media lets it happen. So everyone's like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And then it just keeps going and going. And because it's such a big thing, how are you going to be able to tell? It makes it harder. Personally, I think it makes it harder on parents, because then in the end, you'll always seem like the villain, because while you may know it's not okay, and you're not trying to take the freedom of choice from your kid, and you're like, well, this is not okay, but then it gets turned around on its head, because then how do you tell them they can't do something that they want to do, because they might think that's what they want to do until they get into it, and then they're like, okay, this wasn't a great idea after all. It's kind of like, it sucks, because it's like a losing battle, because you can't monitor everything. So you just kind of have.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, you're right.
Exclamation point
Did you
rant.
just ramble for 10 minutes after talking about watching
Exclamation point
porn?
rant.
Hey! Look,
Yep.
I am sharing my thought. It was
talking
my
about porn.
personal thought. I just wanted to convey it, okay? So I have my rant moments. Leave me alone.
Conveyed a lot.
Leave me alone. Look, well, you can't say I don't share.
Exclamation rant.
Y'all leave me alone. This is why I keep to myself. Y'all
Skeletons
listeners.
are starting to come out of his closet.
What?
Oh, those aren't skeletons.
That's a
They
normal
ain't the
thing.
bones you think you know.
It's a normal thing. Y'all acting like you never watched one before. Y'all leave me alone.
What do you mean? I never act like I've never watched
know,
one.
you
I
was
talk
the
about it
little-
almost
Hey, I'm just-
every day.
Warders.
Trying to participate.
I just want to be appreciated.
I just want everyone to know
He's zoning out.
I have thoughts like a human being. Gosh. Okay, so Nintendo. All right, so Nintendo leads to revealing that I watched a porno and saw ads for penis
Hey.
enlargement. Cool. Welcome to the Jeezy Chop Shop, everybody.
Nintendo's just full
Your
of
most
shit.
unpredictable podcast ever.
Literally.
Yay, literally. We don't even know what's going to
There you
happen.
go.
It just happens. But hey, it works. I think that's a good place to
Oh,
end.
what's that? Squirrel.
You okay
What?
over there?
Huh?
Are you spazzing out?
Me?
No, we're
Me or
no. We know you're not okay. You zone out. Keep drinking
Go
your
back
soda.
to zoning.
Go back to zoning. Go finish drinking your soda, which I don't think is really soda. You
it's not, it's water.
Oh my gosh. I'm done with you.
Water.
I'm
Yeah.
done with you. And on that note, I think we're gonna wrap up this week's episode. Yeah, so totally, we believe you. That totally couldn't be vodka. Oh, guys, what should I title this week's episode?
I don't drink that much. I had a Long Island iced tea the other day and it fucked me up, man.
Fuck Nintendo.
Jesus.
No. No. Okay, I don't need Nintendo knocking on my door, okay?
You already freaking blamed them for everything in this episode.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like
That's
full
not the worst
on
thing he said.
screaming at your camera.
Oh,
This
fuck
is your
Nintendo.
fault.
Fuck
It is their fault.
Activision.
This
Fuck
is for you,
EA. Fuck everyone. Fuck you.
We need bleep noises for Yuli.
You know how much editing time that's going to take? I need someone else to take over if that's the point.
It'd be sound like R2D2's talking with you guys.
Here's a guy. Hey, everybody listening, if you are thinking about having a drinking game this weekend, you could use our podcast as the replacement for Bad Santa since it's not Christmas time. Just use this podcast for every time Yuli drops the F-bomb, take a shot,
Santa?
and then let us know how fucked up you
Like
got.
the movie?
Yeah. The movie.
That's a drinking game?
Yeah. For every time they curse, you take
Didn't
a
know
shot.
that. I had no idea.
Okay, I'm giving
See, I'm
you
not
the
the
look I
only one
usually
that
give
doesn't know
Kara.
everything. God.
Okay, I'm giving you the look I gave Kara.
You guys ever played the drinking game with like Michael Bay movies? Like every time you see like cleavage, you take a shot.
No.
That's a thing?
That's a thing with Michael Bay. That's a thing.
I would figure it'd be like every time you see an explosion.
You'll die at the end of the movie. You'll die before the movie even starts.
Every time you see an explosion,
You gotta
take a
do it with
shot.
cleavage. Cleavage is fair. You do an explosion, you take a shot. Like there's 7 explosions right there.
Within-
Let me chug the fucking
Within
bottle.
the first 5 minutes, you'll be out cold.
Dude.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't drink like I did in my 20s. I would die.
Neither can I.
Yo, you want to know the funniest thing I heard is like, you know what my favorite childhood memory is? My back not hurting.
I mean, that's
my
a.
back hurts so bad right now.
I mean, that's a legit. You know, my favorite when my knee's not cracking. Yep.
Rice Krispies.
Yep. Oh yeah,
One of
snap,
my
crackle, and
favorite
pop
is
all
when I didn't
day.
have to worry about shit.
As soon as this podcast
This
is
podcast
done,
was over 30 minutes ago.
you're right. It was supposed to be.
It went nowhere.
It went quite a few places. Okay.
Yeah.
It was very educational. We found out that Generation Z is probably going to be the end of us all if we let them run the world. And it's all Nintendo's fault. I think this was a very informative podcast. On that note,
Helen Keller did not
fuck
lead the
Nintendo.
Nazis
Yeah.
into World War II.
yeah, just in case you guys know, please
Oh my
read your
God.
actual history books. Okay, don't trust everything your friends tell you. Do the research yourself.
I thought I was bad, but I didn't know Gen Z didn't even know how to read.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you say you don't know how to read.
I don't, but I still know more about that. The whole fucking World War II thing that
he
they
retained some school information. Basic knowledge. Wow, she really paused on you, man.
She's like
My
trying to think of a way to say
yeah,
it.
it was trying to.
No words
The brain of a Gen Z.
About Yuli's reading skills right now.
It was about the Jewish thing, but my brain couldn't figure out how
I
to
knew
say
she was.
it, so
I knew
it's
she was
fine.
thinking about that. I knew she was thinking about
It's
that.
fine. My brain just.
I think we should leave the Hitler and Jewish out of the same area.
Oh my god!
Oh, I should have did the outro.
That's a fire we don't want to
I should have
touch.
did the outro.
We could do a whole podcast and call it "Yuli ruins everything."
Oh man. Okay, and
Yo, for real.
I mean, you want to
go
know a fun fact? I am German too.
So does one half of you hate the other
okay.
half?
Yes,
And if you
but
guys,
that's not because I'm German and Jewish.
oh no. Okay, guys.
I don't know if we can post this.
I'm gonna have to edit so much, splicing left and right. Wow. Okay. So anyway,
You know
thank
what?
you.
I know the word. I know the one word I can say.
Don't.
The one severe word I can say.
No.
I can say
No.
it. I'm gonna
No.
say it. I'm gonna say it.